channel. If you're new here, I'm obviously Taylor. Let's talk living a peaceful life. This doesn't have to mean that you are waking up doing sunrise yoga at a retreat every day listening to ambient music. It could mean that you wake up and feel excited for the day, or just at peace with being alone, being with others, being yourself. It just means not having all that inner turmoil and anxiety that the day-to-day can bring, and that I know a lot of people, including myself, experience. I'm still very much a work in progress. I have nothing figured out, but these are just some little day-to-day reminders, habits, and things that get me through, things that help me to ease the voices that do not shut the fuck up in my head. I don't know about you, but for me, a huge issue of mine is needing to control everything, needing to control my future, which I have no idea what that will bring, but for some reason I feel an intense urge to do everything and anything I can to make sure that I achieve my goals, which is so unhealthy because you just need to live with the flow and see what happens, because no one has ever set out a specific plan and that specific plan has come to fruition. I'm learning to let go of control, and one thing I have been heavily researching and listening to and just trying to take in and absorb is Mel Robbins' theory, which is just let them. If you're experiencing any kind of resistance or unfavorable behavior from a boss, a friend, a family member, a partner, something they're doing that you don't like and you want to get angry, you want to tell them that they need to stop doing whatever they're doing, how they're doing it, because you have a better way of doing it. If you think that your boss is getting unfairly mad at you for something, she tells you to just let them behave the way they're going to behave. Let them do the things that they are doing the way they want to do it, because you cannot control and you cannot change someone. So let them be. And the second part to this is let me take responsibility for my actions, my role in life, and if they're not doing something the way I want to do, let me change the way I feel about it or change my situation, because I'm not gonna change them, so let me focus on what I can change in myself. A huge part of this I realized was that I would get angry, anxious, frustrated at other people's actions because they reflected what I was missing in my life and what I wasn't taking responsibility for. I would, for example, get mad or just get frustrated at my job because I want to do bigger things, but I'm not taking the initiative to go out and get those. I'm just doing my job. If I want a different position, then I have to go ask for it. I have to work towards it. I have to take courses and learn how to get to that position. I can't just sit back and not do anything and then get mad. I think that this could really show up when you're scrolling social media, because obviously social media is such a big comparison game. You're looking at people who have achieved such great things because social media is a highlight reel, so you only see the good, and you may get frustrated because you see people your age, younger, achieving such great things, and you think, oh, well, they don't need that, or they're not worthy. But you can't really get mad at them for living their lives. You need to take a step back, reflect on yourself, and say, okay, well, if I want to be in that position, how can I work towards it? How can I shift the responsibility onto me and change my life? Because they're not going to change my life. Me sitting here scrolling is not going to change my life. So what actions can I take to make this a better situation for myself? I think the huge thing in this let them theory is mainly the let me part, because only you have the ability to control your own actions and your life. So once you stop trying to control outside forces, everyone else, things that you cannot control, and focus on what you can control, which is yourself and your actions, a huge weight will be lifted off your shoulders, because you'll realize you don't need to carry everyone else's burdens. You just need to focus on yourself. Another way that I create peace in my life is just living slowly in the areas that I I can, which for me is the morning. I deliberately set up my morning for myself, and it's when I do all of my self-care, all of my things that make me feel good, because I know the rest of the day things will just be thrown at me left and right that I can't control. Creating little habits and things and moments in your life that bring you peace is a huge part of living with intentionality and living slowly. For me, I like to get up and do morning pages and then meditate. It's just a way to get all of the concerns and worries out of my head and onto the page, and then they're done for the day. I don't even think about them anymore. I don't want to think about them anymore. I also love to move my body, because if I'm frustrated or anxious, I know that the second I start to work out or go for a walk, my mind will go to 10 other places that don't concern that worry. I'll think about what I'm doing in that moment and not about what I have to do 5 hours from now. Another way I enjoy my low living morning routine, mundane habits and moments is to romanticize it. I know it's probably not the popular opinion, but I think winter is the perfect time to start romanticizing your life. If you're gonna be stuck inside, you might as well make it worthwhile and cozy and fun. So instead of trying to go out and do some Friday night activity, me and Noah just decided to get some canvases and paint artwork for our apartment at home. So if you're looking for a way to romanticize your life, try starting small, doing little things at home, having a solo date at home, or this could look anything from lighting a candle when you're journaling or reading to playing calming music while you're making your morning matcha or coffee. You can even put on a face mask while you're answering emails. Whatever it may be, you can find little ways to appreciate the moment more so than just doing it on autopilot. I know that I've briefly touched on this with the whole social media comparison thing, but recently my scrolling has been, I think, worse than it has ever been. So I'm trying to break that habit, but I heard someone say that you can't break a habit unless you have something to replace it with. So I'm still kind of like toying around with the idea of what I can replace scrolling with, but I keep my book next to me at all points right now just so I can have something to grab that isn't my phone. I might get a crossword puzzle book or something. I know that when I put my phone down and don't look at it for most of the day, I feel so much better mentally and physically, because I'll get up and do other things that I wouldn't if I was sucked into my phone. But I just noticed such a difference. I notice a difference in my sleep. I notice a difference when I wake up in the morning. I notice that I don't have bad headaches or my eyes don't hurt. So this is something that I look at as living peacefully, because I'm just almost disconnected and stuck with my own mind instead of looking at everyone else's lives and comparing and then going down the rabbit hole of, oh my god, what can I be doing more of to get to my dream? That's not how life works, because you will eventually fall into place and where you need to be. So just eliminating that stress factor has made a huge change in my life.